Carleigh, that's Michelle, and we're best friends. As you've been getting to know us, we've had some questions about us, our lives, our friendship, just, things in general. So we thought it would be fun to do a Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
So we asked over on Instagram if you had any questions. So we have combined a little bit of your questions and a few random ones that we've thrown in just for fun as well. And if in the future you do want to have the opportunity to ask us questions, I highly recommend you go give us a follow on Instagram. You can also see just what's happening in our everyday lives a little bit more. So, shall we get into the questions?
Let's get into it. Okay. Are you ready? Oh, I have my phone. Sorry. I was not prepared.
Are you ready for your first question? I guess they're all questions for both of us.
Yeah.
What is your birthday, and therefore what's your star sign?
My birthday is September 24th. I am a Virgo Libra cusp with an Aries rising.
Wow, she knew a lot more about that than I know about
I have a
mine.
Taurus moon also, so that explains a lot about me.
My birthday is December 25th, and that makes me a Capricorn. Although some astrology people will say that I'm a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. But, I don't know. That's all I know about me. Okay, next question. Do you have any pets?
I used to have a pet. Her name was Millie Bean, and she was the cutest little kitty you ever did see. But, oh no!
It's okay. We're all friends here.
She was really sick when I got her, and I didn't know. Unfortunately, the shelter didn't know how sick she was, and after trying to get insurance for her to cover her medical bills, I couldn't, and I had to surrender her again because I was going into debt trying to keep her alive. Mm-hmm. Which I haven't really talked about just because I've been afraid of the backlash of people being like, shame on you for surrendering your pet. And it's like, literally I would have probably been homeless.
Mm-hmm. Like the amount of money and obviously time and effort that Michelle put into Millie Bean while she had her in the just over half a year that you had her. I think she had an amazing life, and you did absolutely everything you could for her, but at some point the finances had to take precedence. Like it was keeping this cat alive or
keeping me alive,
keeping you alive.
Yeah.
And so when Michelle did surrender her,
we were at IKEA when I found it.
Yeah, so if you've seen our IKEA vlog, that was the day Michelle found out that she they had a spa for Millie. And so they're taking care of Millie because Millie's conditions are chronic, but they're not fatal. Unless obviously nothing was done about it. Yeah. Just like diabetes is chronic but not fatal technically. So they're taking care of her, which is nice to know.
Exactly.
And obviously I have a cat, Pippa. Queen Pippa. Pippa who rules the roost here. Next question. Where are you from?
That's a convoluted question for me. Born in St. Catharines, raised in Burlington. Family is from Poland, essentially. I'm a Heinz 57 of Eastern Europe. Really?
Yeah. So I was born in East York, which is now part of the Greater Toronto area, and grew up mostly in St. Catharines, and then a little bit in Burlington, and then back to Niagara, and my family is pretty much 100% some sort of British.
Yeah.
My ancestry is Irish, Scottish, and English. We think there might be a little bit of Viking in there based on my grandma's coloring and stuff, but we don't know for sure. Are you more artistic or mathematical?
I guess I would say I'm more artistic.
Which is funny because you're a bookkeeper.
Bookkeeping is not math. Accounting is not math. Don't let people tell you that it is. It's more of like putting a puzzle together because there always has to be an answer, and the answer has to be 0. If you're out of balance, you're out of whack. Artistic. That is my answer for today.
I'm definitely more artistic. I would say, like, I was in the Burlington Teen Tour Band, which is a marching band, when I was a teenager and played the clarinet. I'm not, like, good at drawing or anything like that, but I like crafting and doing things, like, with my hands. Like, and I would even consider doing YouTube videos and like, making this sort of stuff an artistic outlet, like a creative outlet for us as well. So I would say artistic.
Where would you have your favorite holiday or vacation? The beach, the mountain, or the city?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because if you've watched our first travel video that we did a couple weeks ago, you know that Michelle and I like to go to different places. And when we do travel, we very rarely stay just in one spot.
Yeah.
So, like, an ideal holiday for me would include the beach, the mountain, and the city all at once. So I didn't really answer that question, but I did.
I definitely want to have one of those vacations once where it's just like all expense paid, resort, just lay out on a beach for a week.
Like in the Caribbean, doing nothing.
I almost want to say a cruise, but cruises scare me because water scares me, like deep water. So I wouldn't want to do a cruise, but definitely a resort.
I'm very interested in cruises.
Like if Hanson did a cruise like Backstreet Boys...
That might get you on a boat.
That would get me on a boat. But then I also really love like our vacations that we've been on. So like I definitely want to go to different places. Like Greece. Greece is high on my bucket list.
My mother-in-law's been to Greece like 12 times.
Of course she has. Croatia is a new one for me. Because I was watching Travel Man with Richard Ayoade.
Dalmatian coast.
Yeah. Beautiful country. Those are my favorite vacation idea spots.
I don't know what my like pinnacle vacation is right now. I used to really want to go to Australia, but I really hate snakes.
And the spiders are the size of your face.
Yeah, and also that's a really long flight, and like I don't know if I could do that anymore. Like just the thought of a 7-hour flight back to the UK sometimes makes me go But I do, like, as weird as it sounds, I do want to do more of the UK. Like, James and I would love to just sort of do, like, a driving tour, spend, like, a couple weeks or a month just driving around and hitting all the spots in the UK that either he hasn't been to, even though he grew up there, or that I haven't been to from when I lived there. So that's kind of, like, our next plan, because we would also obviously want to go and see his mom and the rest of his family. I don't know. I don't know what my, like, dream vacation is right now. Something in Europe. I know
all
that
the things.
Yeah.
Just going on a plane, really.
Yeah, really. Iceland also sounds cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I know that, like, it's a little bit, like, they're a little overrun with tourists and stuff right now. Like, it kind of took off. So I wouldn't want to add to that.
What food do you love the most?
I want to hear what you think my favorite food is.
I think a good barbecue with a cob of corn. Either a burger or, like, chicken.
You are so far off.
I know.
No, my favorite food would either be pizza or spaghetti. I'm a creature of habit. It's not that I don't like things in my spaghetti.
And we're 4.
In my spaghetti, but, like, when I'm, like, just craving a comfort food, spaghetti, red sauce, Parmesan cheese, I am set.
Nice.
How about you? What's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Well, here, I'll let you guess. I had to guess yours.
Some sort of soup.
Like, yes, but it wouldn't be, like, the ultimate favorite.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, no, I take that back. Christmas soup.
Yeah.
We only have this one soup once a year as a family, and it's red beet soup with the mushroom pierogies in it, and it's freaking delicious. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. Do you eat meat?
Yes, I do.
I do also. However, I'm trying to cut down on my meat as it is quite expensive.
Yeah. My mom and I actually were just talking about this yesterday. We don't like to think about where our meat comes from. Our meat comes from the freezer section at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because if I think about it too much, then I would probably stop eating it. And I know as somebody with diabetes, it's very important for me to have that kind of protein and things like that. So I just can't think about it. And then I eat the meat.
That's fair. I am interested in trying like new different things, but all the like vegan vegetarian options are like replace your meat with soy, and that really isn't an option for me because of the medication I'm on. So it's like trying to find
for your hypothyroidism.
For my hypothyroidism, so it's like trying to find soy alternative meat alternatives.
Yeah,
it's usually lentils, and I'm not.
And you can only eat so many lentils.
Exactly. Carleigh, who's your favorite band?
I'm not sure. Hanson! I love that I just scared you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Don't make me up on your face.
Do you have or do you want children?
No, I don't want children.
But do you have them?
No, I do not have children. Could you imagine? I've got 5. I don't like them. Bye-bye, kids.
And no, James and I don't have children, but we do want children.
Mm-hmm.
Might be running out of time. I'm getting old. Are you an extrovert or an introvert?
Yes. My answer is yes.
You're an ambivert.
Yes. That is a good word for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do like going out and I do like spending time. But I've also recently learned how much I value me time.
Mm-hmm. So, if you don't know, introversion is when you recharge your battery by being alone. Extroversion is when you recharge your battery by being with people, but it's not like you're one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spectrum. So right in the middle is ambiverts, who can both gain and lose energy from being with people or being alone too much.
Yes.
I fall more on the introverted side of the spectrum. I really do need a lot of alone time in order for my battery to be charged, and I find things like going to work, as fulfilling as I find teaching, I find it exhausting because of all of the social output that I have. So like doing things in an evening on days that I work are very hard for me because it's like I've just spent all day with people. I need some time alone.
Yeah.
And like for me also, there's a difference between being alone and being with James alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like just James and I hanging out on the couch watching movies or TV or whatever.
Yeah.
That does recharge me. But then sometimes I just need like total alone time. So like when he goes fishing and I'm completely alone, that's really nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you curl your tongue? Do you have to make that sound while you do it?
Yeah. So you know I'm doing it. You asked for it.
I can't.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Am I actually doing it, or am I
Yeah,
just...
you're doing it. I discovered this with Vicky and Katie when we went to Canada's Wonderland, like, over a decade ago. And we were sticking our tongues out, and mine was just completely flat.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Is it cold?
No.
No, not at all. Have you ever fired a real gun?
No.
Really?
No.
Huh. I don't know why that's surprising.
Because you assume that all the McFarland House activities I'm at.
Yeah, probably.
Just because at most of the McFarland House activities is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. I have fired a gun.
Yeah.
I have fired a Shortland Pattern Tower Flintlock Smoothbore Muzzle Loading Musket. I fired a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
But I've not fired like a handgun or anything like that. And these were both fired at like shooting ranges. So it was from when I worked at McFarland House, and they were doing like a training for the fort, the people who worked at the fort, so that they could fire these guns for demonstration. But because we were all part of the Niagara Parks Commission, all the historic sites were invited. Mm-hmm. So we went anyways and learned how to shoot it, and it was really fun. But then the guy who ran the shooting range, he also let us shoot a shotgun.
Nice.
And so I still have a shotgun shell somewhere around here from when I shot it, but yeah. And that was probably like almost 15 years ago, and that's the only time I've shot guns.
Nice.
They kind of scare me.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever had best friend drama?
Yeah, we have.
Who hasn't? If you've been friends long enough, you're gonna have drama.
Mm-hmm.
We've been friends for 16 years, like,
yeah.
we're bound to disagree on a few things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite memory together with me?
Like, obviously, all of our travels are high on the list, like,
Yeah.
different things that have happened there. I think some of my favorite situations are the ones where it's been, like, totally not what we expected to happen.
Yeah.
So when we do our video about going down east, there's a B&B story in that one that makes me laugh. And then, like, when we go to Scotland, and there was a boat trip that was not what we expected it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like the things that we didn't really expect to happen that have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know that's not really, it's kind of a non-answer because I can't come up with just one thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I have one.
Uh-oh.
No, this is a good one. So this is when we went skating at the then ACC, Scotiabank Arena, but it was also Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
So we went down to the docks. Does that sound right? Wherever the Christmas market is, and there's that Balzac's there.
The distillery market.
The distillery market,
Mm-hmm.
and there's that Christmas market they have every year. So we had some like mulled wine or whatever, and that was fun. But then we went and we grabbed a coffee, and it was so busy in this place, and all they had was this like one little like church pew beside the concession stand, and we're sitting there just, you know, having a great time, just having a chat. And then this guy comes up to us and he's like, listen, I'm diabetic. Whoa! Foreshadowing! I'm diabetic. I need to eat this cookie. My sugar's low, but I can't eat the whole thing. Do you guys want to share it? And we're like, yeah, we do. And then we had this great conversation. It was like one of those like regular, normal days, but like all these fun little special things happened. And then
he was a math professor.
He was a math professor. He was wearing a jacket with like elbow pads.
Like a tweed jacket with elbow.
He was pescatarian,
Yes.
which is why I know the word. We shared the cookie. He left.
It was an oatmeal cookie, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And it was just, that's like, yeah, like you said, it's like the unplanned little things that we've done together. I think those are my favorite memories.
One of my other favorite things that we've done together is when we went to Potted Potter.
Yes!
Michelle got me tickets for my birthday.
Yeah.
And we were literally in the very last row. Very last row. But it was such a good show. So if you haven't seen Potted Potter, look it up.
Where did we meet?
We met working at McDonald's. I think we've told this story before.
Oh, yeah. In our, like, one of our first videos.
Yeah.
Like, how long did it take for us to become best friends?
We met in the January,
Mhm.
and then in, like, the June or whatever, found out we were both going to Rock.
Yeah.
That's when we started to, like, become friends. We hung out for the first time going to the drive-in theater with my then boyfriend and her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super awkward because her friend was weird. And then we just sort of started driving together. And then it was over that year, that school year, that I would say we became good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, within a year and a half of meeting each other, we would have been best friends.
Best friends.
We're best friends. Well, I hope this answered some of your questions about us, but if you have more, please make sure to put them in the comments below and let us know what you would like to know about us. Thanks so much for watching. Just like always, we would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can join in on all of our wacky adventures. See you next time.